about to light this shit up.
Let me hear it, baby. I want to hear it.
Rock Hill, baby. First Supercross race of 2021's in the books, and it fucking delivered. Great racing from all the pros. Looking forward to recapping some Rock Hill and just chatting BMX. What's up, James?
What's up, T? Good to see you, pal. Looking forward to this chat. I feel like you're right. It was a great weekend in Rock Hill. Not weather-wise, but race-wise, I think the pros, the Supercross Hill, everything delivered. It just really delivered this weekend in the sense of content. I mean, people were racing well. There's a lot of action, a lot of moves being made. Looking forward to breaking it down, talking to you about it.
Absolutely. We got people filing in on YouTube. We're live right now. Thunder Midget, let's go. Awesome weekend, Palm Dog. So thanks for coming in, people. We see you in the live YouTube chat. If you have any questions for us about Rock Hill, feel free to put in the YouTube chat or call in on FaceTime audio to the live show. And the number is at the top of your head. Oh, he's frozen. Oh, he's back. Oh, he's frozen again. So, yeah, feel free to call in, people. James is going to.
Yeah, here. I'm here.
Yeah, you're going to post the number for people to call in.
Yeah, I posted in the number is 778-866-7674. FaceTime audio only because we're janky like that, but then you can chat with us and look forward to it. Am I still frozen? Should I go inside?
No, you're good. You're back. It sped up because it sounded like you were talking really fast. It sped up. You're back. You're back at Amanda's place, aren't you, in Florida?
I am. I'm sitting outside right now. She has a beautiful back patio here. I'm a little concerned the Wi-Fi is bad out here because it's great inside. Yeah, I'm outside right now.
Yeah, I recognize it because I feel like that's where she did. That's where she did her show with us. Is that same background? I feel like
it might have been. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah,
it might have been. I'm looking now and behind me. I'm like, that's the dark wall. Anything? Yeah.
Yeah, I recognize it. So yeah, you flew back with Amanda Carr.
Yeah. I'm just having a little incident right now, pal. Just dropped my water, dropped my iPad here.
Yeah, you're all over the yard right now. Literally,
I'm all over the yard. It's good. It's because I think. Anyways, I'll move on from it. I apologize to everybody listening. I flew home from Rock Hill with Amanda in her own plane. Man, what an experience! What an opportunity! That's probably like once in a lifetime opportunity I'll have to do that. To say that I just flew home from the race with Amanda. Like I flew in her plane. We just flew home. Like we just hopped in a plane and flew home.
So how did she have a plane there? Like how the hell did that happen?
So she's been she's had her pilot's license for a while. She's been working on it because her family, her uncles are all in aviation to some aspect. So she's been getting her pilot's license and she's had it for a while. And she flew herself and some of her Charlotte riders to Alabama. And so she flew herself to Rock Hill. Yeah, it's crazy. So she flew up to Rock Hill kind of last minute. The weather was really skeptical. But so last minute, she's like, I want to come up there basically. She flew herself up there by herself. It's like a 2-hour flight and then maybe a 3-hour flight. So it's like 2 legs because her plane's so small. I mean, and she needs to stop for fuel and whatnot.
So she's got her own plane, basically?
Yeah, basically, yeah, she has her own plane. And then, I was able to friggin' hop in with her on the way back. Actually saved my butt because I was flying to Tampa and I had no rental car options to get to her place. So thankfully I hopped in with her, flew right to her local airport here with her. And yeah.
That's unbelievable. What a setup.
Dude, it was crazy. So like Sunday morning, I just rolled back to the track where she was staying with some her people from Charlotte. And we just drove to the local airport, hopped in the plane, did a little loop around the track on our way out, watched racing from above, and then kept on going. Yeah, it was unreal.
What a feeling that must be to fly a plane. Like that must be one of the most incredible feelings you can have is flying.
I can't even imagine. Like, so I'm not a scared flyer in these major commercial airlines that we fly.
Yeah.
But this little plane, there's no chance am I going to say I feel like very comfortable. I am nervous. I am like just sitting there watching her do her thing. I'm just like, you just do everything you need to do. I'll just sit here, be quiet, and I'm just gonna go along for the ride.
Because it's pretty bumpy, isn't it?
It is. Like when you hit turbulence, you know you're hitting turbulence. It's like up and down, you're bouncing around and like you feel it. It's not like the big plane where it's like, oh, boom, 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 you can still drink your water. No. And I know it's not like turbulence isn't anything dangerous. I've been told that. I've learned that it's not dangerous. It's just a fluctuation in the air. It still scares me though.
See, I don't like turbulence. I
Yeah.
still like, even at today, I've flown my whole life. I still feel very uncomfortable when there's a lot of chop.
It is. It's scary, right?
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
No, I'm gonna go inside too. The Wi-Fi is probably better inside.
Yeah, go inside. Yeah. It's a bit of a lag.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, like I know. So it's just, isn't it just air pockets or something, or like some wind?
I think it's something to do with the the air temperature like changing in certain pockets or something like that. I want to say it's like that.
Yeah.
I could be lining up a storm right now, and some aviation person could be like just laughing their head off, telling me I'm wrong. But that's just my guess right now.
Yeah, and I still don't like it. I still don't really like it. And on airplanes, they never have a movie with like an airplane crash in it, like Flight. They're not gonna have Flight on an airplane, or like a Red Eye or one of those plane movies. They're never gonna have a movie like that on a plane.
That would just terrify everybody.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. Or like snakes on a plane. Can you imagine if they had that on a fucking flight?
Oh my gosh,
no, they'd be losing their mind on there.
Seriously, what was the one with when what's his name? Freaking lands the plane on the Hudson.
Yeah, is it Denzel Washington where he turns it upside down? Is that the one you're talking about?
No, I wasn't, but that one's even more insane.
Flight. Yeah, that was a good movie.
That's a crazy good movie. Yeah. And so the crazy part about the flight is that at one point we're like looking for different. It was getting a little choppy, so we were looking for different elevations of air that were maybe a little bit smoother. We went up pretty high. I want to say it was like 7,000 feet at least, and like we were cruising probably I want to say 4,500 feet. And it was pretty high. We got to 7,000. I'm looking down. Holy shit. I was about to shit my pants up there. I'm not kidding you. Dude.
It's like,
was so high.
If someone says like 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, I have no frame of reference to how high that is. Like, I don't know. Right. I don't even know what do we usually fly on an airplane.
That's true. To be honest, I don't really either.
No.
The only reason why I could tell was like, because when we went up and I was like, we're going up.
It's just like, you're like, if I fall right now, I am just so fucked.
Like, yeah. I'm not going to act like those thoughts didn't go through my head once. Like, no, of course, how much time we'd have to like do shit on the way down. Like, I don't know. Like, it's terrifying.
Do you think you'd die instantly if you just fall out of the, like, if you just not even in the plane, you just like fell? Like you just, I don't know. Like you just, yeah.
I've had this thought that I hope I'm so scared I just pass out, and that's what happens.
I think you would just die instantly on impact. Like you must.
Well, I don't want to deal with that whole time from the top to the bottom. I want to just be out cold. I don't want to experience any of that scariness. Like that's the scariest part. It's not when you hit, it's the whole time up until then.
Yeah. Oh, that's a little dark. Let's,
Anyway, Amanda is a great pilot. I got to say, she did a great job. And to be honest with her, I felt safe. She was really good about it. And I hope I can do it again in the future because it was quite an opportunity.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm flying down to San Diego LA actually on Monday. So I'm going back to stateside. So we're going to be in the same country at least.
How about that?
Yeah. Going back to LA on Monday for like 6 weeks.
Awesome. Well, that's exciting. Hey.
Yeah, stoked, dude. I can't, dude. The weather here is so fucking bad. I'm so tired of it. Like, I am so tired of cold weather. I'm just like putting layers on all the time, and it's not even that cold here. I'm just excited to go back south.
I can imagine. Yeah, it's kind of like you have two homes now in your life. Your other home is down south with Savannah with that kind of life. So it'll be I think nice for you to get back down there. That'll be cool. Is Savannah going down? I'm sure. Is she going down now, or when's she down there?
She actually goes tomorrow. So then I fly in another week. Yeah. I'll fly in another week, so she'll pick me up at LA because she's flying back to San Diego, and then we're gonna be staying up in LA with her fam.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to playing golf on some firm conditions. We don't even have firm conditions here; they don't exist. There's so much water all the time that I'm excited just to play golf in hot weather again.
Your ball's gonna travel so much further.
Honestly. Oh my god, so much further.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. I got to say, I've now had multiple people talk to me at races about how they don't enjoy our golf chat. But you know what? I love it. I love it every time.
You know what? Fuck them. They don't like our...
I had to say it. That's so funny.
They can just fast forward. It's not a big deal.
You just skip through. There's a part of the show later on that's going to tie in some golf to BMX that even if you don't like golf, you're going to enjoy this topic later. And I really want you guys to stick around and tell me what you think. I think it's awesome.
Bet money Ariel doesn't listen.
bet money. Ariel will listen to this part, I think, because it's BMX related. So Ariel, if you hear me say a golf term later in the show, not now, later, keep listening. Okay, it's part of BMX stuff as well.
Just one time, listen, Ariel.
One time. One time.
My goal of the show is to get Ariel to listen to an entire weekly golf check-in without fast forwarding.
Just at least once.
One time.
One time. Once we get to another one of your golf tournaments, we talk about that, then we'll do it one time.
Yeah. So Rock Hill, great racing. The track changes were great from a few years ago. Yeah, they really did a good job changing the track, made for some more exciting racing. In all seriousness, the racing was actually really good. The level looked really high. I thought, yeah, it was cool to watch. The only thing I would have liked to see would be more pros there, and like usual there would be, but not everyone can travel right now and whatnot. But all things considered, I thought the racing was pretty cool.
I think it was too. We give the track a lot of grief, and I personally give the gate and the hill a lot of grief. But that's for jokes, kind of for content, also a little bit of hatred. But at the end of the day, I think we've both always said it's probably one of the best racetracks out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Every time we're racing, there's good races and there's good race action.
Connect to Roadcaster Pro. Call on number 1. You're live on Coffee Chatter.
Yo, what's going on, boys?
What's up, Mitchie? How's it going?
Back.
You're back.
Yeah, all right. I'm back, baby.
Mitchie, did you watch Rock Hill this past weekend?
Yes, I did. And oh my God, our national champ, Isaac Kennedy, he's on side.
He was fucking pulling, wasn't he, Mitchie?
Oh, I've got to love that kid. He's amazing, and he's just showing them Aussies how we roll over here.
Yeah, he's a Rock Hill assassin. That's where he got his first podium in a World Cup too.
Yeah, he must love that track and must be training him, and Sean must be training him the right ways.
Yeah. He's probably is he a right? Is he a same off the start?
I think either way. I think he's a right.
Yeah. Okay, either way,
yeah,
he was killing that hill. He was so aggressive down it. He was dominating.
He's really good. He's really good around the track too. He's really shifty in racing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's really like his decisions where he's kind of like overtake, where he's passing and everything.
Is he going to go to the O show this year? How many spots does Oz have? They probably have one, yeah?
Two.
They must have. They have one.
Yeah, 2.
No, they got one right now.
Tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Anthony Dean the other day. He hasn't raced in so long. I mean, he can't leave Oz.
He's over in just helping his coffee shop out.
Yeah.
In Australia.
Yeah.
So he's been like doing some local races over in South Oz. But that's about it.
Yeah. Fuck, he hasn't been able to leave it all, so I haven't seen much from him. Yeah.
No,
I would think based on the past couple of years that Dino would have the spot as of right now. I would think, right?
I think if you're going off the picks right now, yeah, Dino has the spot for sure. The tough thing is that if they start taking these other races into account, Isaac's been pulling.
Yeah.
And Dino.
Didn't Isaac podium in Shepparton last year at the World Cup?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Behind Dino.
So Dino got second?
Yeah, Dino. It was Nick, Dino, Connor. No, not Isaac, I meant.
So they both got a podium in Shepparton.
Yeah, so both Aussies on the podium.
Wow.
But it's gonna be a hard choice for Wade to bring. How you boys been anyway?
Good, bro. Just watched Rock Hill this past weekend. We were just getting into the review of it. It was good racing. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, James, what the fuck happened with you, mate?
What do you mean? What happened?
Dad were watching you and we're like, what the fuck? What are you doing behind the pack? Should be out with Connor and Isaac.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong there. you're not wrong there. I was trying. I was not getting out of the start well all weekend, so I was just constant battle from the back. It felt like, honestly.
Yeah, nah, all right. You have your bad date races and shit like that.
Yeah, those ones happen.
Yeah, but it's not just bad. It's just it's been more of a constant lately, so that needs to be changed. It's been more of a it's just plain and simple. It's not just bad race. It just needs to be better off the start in general.
Work in progress, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah, work in progress. Okay, boys, I'll let you go.
All right, bro. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks, Mitchie. Good to hear from you, buddy.
Chat soon, bud.
You too, bud.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah, Oz. Fucking hell. Dean and Isaac, dude. One of the like probably Dino's gonna go. But damn, Isaac's gonna have 2 World Cup podiums and not go. See, that's what kind of sucks about the Olympics is someone like that doesn't get to go when clearly they should.
That's the crazy part, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's so tough because if it ends up not being the hardest race in the world because of the fact that not everyone gets to go because there's so many fast people.
Yeah.
The top countries have so many fast people. It's just insane. So I wouldn't be surprised. I almost think it sucks for them that there's less World Cups before the Olympics now because they could have almost got an extra, like that second spot, maybe if they both did really good races and the country in front of them didn't. I don't know what the points gap is, but who knows?
Yeah. But yeah, it's like that really sucks. Anyway, he's making a case for himself because he was going good this past week and got on the box and yeah, he rode awesome.
Yeah, no, he was flying for sure. Seemed like him and Connor had the whole track dial. Like they were there for a month, and I know the track's not hard, so it's easy to say somebody had a dial, but they looked like they knew the ins and outs of it, like with the pack, where not everyone I think looked as comfortable.
You know, Alfie was fast, but I actually thought he was going to be a little bit faster just because his level there is usually super. Like he was one of the faster guys there, but I actually thought he was going to be like a little bit faster.
Yeah,
I don't want that to sound bad, just because he's usually like not untouchable there, but really, really good there.
No, I think that's almost like a compliment, to be honest, because he is. That's been a race that he's whole shotted so many laps. He's been was he in the World Championship final there, was he?
I think so.
Or was he was almost in the final. And either way, he has dominated that place at times. And I think I thought that was going to happen as well. Even in practice, he looked like he had the place wired. But probably, I mean, he hasn't raced in a long time himself. So maybe there was some nerves or whatnot there. It's just maybe racing stuff. Maybe he's not peaking right now. But I did agree too. I thought he might have been in the mix a little bit more, and he was a lot of laps. He was whole shotting laps. He was battling for the front spot. Just didn't see him in the main this week, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you never know. Like he might be just targeting the O show in the summer, so maybe not like training through these races, but kind of is not optimal, which happens quite often at this point in the year. It's still pretty early in the year, so yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
He may just be building at the moment or something. Who knows?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got his eyes focused on one thing, I think, right now. So.
Souza had a tough weekend. He got held off the score sheet this weekend.
A little bit, hey, yeah. I mean, he's once again kind of like Alfie in the sense that he looked fast in a lot of the motos, a lot of the rounds. Yeah. And coming off Alabama, where did he get 2 podiums in Alabama, or at least he was on the podium one day and he was battling out front the other day. I was expecting to see him in the final, just the way his speed is, but BMX took over and got shuffled around a little bit by the looks of it, and just couldn't make it out.
Sports gnarly like that, especially BMX. It's like you could be so fast and just held out of the mains, and it's like fuck.
It is. It's that crazy. I mean, you see some of the semis this weekend. I mean, you could take probably 6 of the guys in the semi both times. They'd be in the main normally. You'd think they'd be in the main. There's so many guys in a sport where you think you expect to see them in the main, but there's only 8 people that can be there. So it's like, what are you going to do at the end of the day? Someone's got to have a bad weekend or a bad race eventually.
We got to answer our weekly Roger call.
We need to have I need to have a chat with him about these calls.
Call failed.
Okay. Right.
To go forward, we'll have the chat with him.
We'll have the chat with him. We can't. I know. I like having callers. We need him to have something he wants to talk about when he calls in. We can't just have him coming on the show every week and just mumbling about trying to take out Cam. It's gone with. It's not happening. I'm tired of it. Okay. If he wants to call in with like a certain topic, a certain question, or a certain point, I'd love it. I enjoy it, but yeah,
we need some hard data with him taking out Cam Bramer. Speaking of Cam's doing well. He's actually coming back from his injury, I think now. So shout out to Cam, friend of the show. He's coming back to racing soon, I think.
Cam Bramer. We're talking about Bramer. You didn't see the race on the weekend, did you? That was I forgot to write down the social check-in. I forgot to put that in there.
This weekend? You raced this past weekend?
He was.
Okay,
yeah.
He raced this past.
Okay. The social check-in was going to be, I don't know, you'll have to take a look, because on USA BMX's Insta page, they posted the video of the main event from his race, and great battle looked like with one of the tangent guys, and apparently he moved over down the last straight and ended up getting disqualified. And from the angle, I can't see that he moved over. That was going to be my social check, and I would love to see a different angle to see what happened, because that's tough to see. The kid wins the whole lap, apparently basically just tries to block the other guy down the last straight and gets disqualified. I mean, that's tough.
Oh, this is so tough because I've like low key done this, like but not made it obvious. This is such like a tough call. Like, the person pretty much have to like deliberately cut someone off in the last straight to get DQ'd. Because I've like subtly done it.
Yeah.
Like kind of like drifted over where I knew someone was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And I think there's a difference in how they call it pro racing versus not. Because I even heard the announcer at one point say something about like no cutting people off in the amateurs like they do in pro racing kind of deal. So he literally said something like that, and it's different. They get different rules basically.
Yeah, I think it's slightly more strict now since the UCI is more involved compared to what it used to. But still, I think they don't typically like. They used to let the pros really kind of moderate and police themselves without really intervening, unless it was something like really gnarly. Yeah. And I think it's stricter now at the UCI. Like they'll relegate people and stuff as we've seen at races. But still, I think it's for sure probably more lenient than amateur racing. Yeah,
because I can't tell you the last time somebody got relegated or like for a mediocre, like a move in our sport in the pro class, really. Yeah.
No. Because are you technically like you're technically not allowed to cut someone off out of the gate, right? I think that's like you're actually technically supposed to stay straight out of the gate. I think.
I don't want to say yay or nay, but you're right. I think you're not supposed to like.
Yeah, impede progress.
I think it's impede progress, but at the end of the day, there's also the rule that if you have the line in front of them, you're allowed to take your space. I think.
Hold that thought. All right, caller number 2, you're live.
Oh, boys, do I have a story about the Cam Bramer DQ for you.
Oh, Justin, here we go, baby. Here we go.
Oh, my God. Like, anyone that knows me, like, I'm a big Cam Bramer fan. He's one of my homies.
Yeah.
Big friend of the family also, and, like, and all that. It's definitely, dude, it was a tough call. Like, obviously, I have no say in it. Like, I'm just the filmer. Like, I just post stuff. I play on my phone all day. But it was so tough because the 1720 class, obviously, if you're in the main with 61 riders, you know that you have such an awareness around you. It's like you're essentially a pro at that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like 1720 is no joke in that.
Yeah, it's
so
gnarly class.
Yeah, if you move over 6 inches, we're gonna assume that you know who's on your inside, who's on your outside. You're gonna know where you are. And again, full props to Cam Bramer for grabbing that full shot and leading throughout the lap. But I'm gonna support my guys and support guys that made the call. That he moved over just a little bit with Nick, trying to stick the wheel, and maybe he didn't have a line on that outside going to the finish line, but he moved over like just enough that he got a little squirrely maybe, but we had to call it. And I mean, I hate saying that because I wanted Cam to win, I wanted Nick to win. Like, it's just such a gnarly call at that point.
Is it on USA BMX's Instagram, or where's the video? I haven't actually seen it.
So the video that I took is on our Instagram.
Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah.
A better angle is from the webcast. I mean, you see Cam and Nick battling out in the last turn, and then Cam comes in to the last straight over the step up, the peak of the step up, coming down to that roller, maybe a foot and a half away from the white line. And once he gets to the table, he's a little closer to that white line. So I think that's what.
Yeah, you totally cut him off. Yeah.
But, like, I'm such like the entire Bramer fan, like Rhonda, Jim, Ryan, Cam. Like, I'm such a big fan of them. Like, I hated to see it, but also it was like you can't get away with that, especially in the 1720 class. Because those guys are gearing up for pro, and pros don't have that last straight move, but that's just saving you for a lot of chirping at the finish line when you cut off, whoever in the pro class.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't just chop someone on the last jump. Like you're gonna get DQ'd. Like you just can't do it.
Yeah, and well, I mean, the perfect example was the on Sunday the national champs race. I think it was fourth and fifth. You know, they came in the same position. Fourth was maybe half a bike length ahead of fifth, and they just rode their line. No one got pushed off. The fourth place rider stayed at 1.5 away from the white line and just rode their race instead of going towards that white line towards Jenna. So
Yeah, that's what happens. That's the rule.
Stuff. Rules are rules, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was a good. Just watch the video. That was a good race, but yeah, he definitely cut him off in the last jump. He for sure knew he was.
100%. I mean, on Sunday he was ripping too. Like his wheel caught in the first turn, and he went straight OTB in the first turn. But I mean, it happened again. Like Rock Hill and Cam go hand in hand, and in winning. So it was a bummer for sure. But
yeah. Well, good job on the coverage too. You did a good job covering the race on the social department.
Thanks, man. I mean, it was all shout out to the riders. They made for a great weekend of racing. James, I'm sorry you couldn't get on the box. I really wanted to, bust your balls for getting on the podium and some of those things during the rounds. So
yeah, the fans want to see the three on the box soon.
Yeah, I need to get back. I had high hopes in that final, but I got caught behind. All on me, but sucks. We'll get there next time.
Dude, when I saw you make that first round move into the second turn, I was like, oh, here we go. James Palmer on the box already. Like he's not getting the great first race, but he's getting the killer second straight.
James, I feel like in Rock Hill, you're always really frisky around the track. For some reason, I remember like at the Worlds too, you're really frisky around the track.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I have been too.
Yeah, I feel like you've always been.
That's got to be his new butt plate, Frisky Palm. I mean, that's.
Dude, you should just put a frisky on your butt patch.
Dude, that'd be awesome. I need to get some new ones, so I need to get one of those. That'd be sick.
I need more butt patches. That's cool.
Yeah, I think they're fun. They're cool.
I think they're fun too. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of the last radio show, I called in and talked about the S squared and the riders on the top of the podium. James, how is having T-Bone Tanner Sebesta on the team?
I think it's awesome. I mean, it was kind of like once Tori was gone. I mean, Posey's not really racing as much or at all. I'm not really sure of his deal. It's nice to have another guy in the field there that's repping it. So I think it's cool because I mean, it's cool when you see the girls 1-2 out front, like having two of them. I think that's pretty awesome.
T-Bone's a good guy too. He's been around a long time. He's really likable guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did the little bubble spot like after second round. Went around to the riders that were kind of on that. About to get the 12 points or maybe even more. And he was the one that stuck out that, he got some media training. He knows what to say for those hard questions. Man.
Yeah, I saw his interview. He did a good job. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the Redmond team, like he kind of built that up and then went to S squared or Answer S squared, and he's killing it now. So especially as I think he takes the reins of fastest track operator from TB. So.
Oh, is he a track operator now in Texas there?
Yeah, Lone Star BMX and
okay.
And I believe he's running 2 tracks right now.
Yeah,
so.
Good for him. That's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. I guess there'll have to be a race for track operators soon again.
Yeah, at Grands we might have a track operator race.
So. A TO race.
Yeah, Tori, you might want to start a track here soon.
I know. It's gotta get in there. I gotta start my own tractor so I can race in the open.
That'd be epic. Oh, Justin, I gotta say, I love the camera angle first round on the berm jump. Great angle, by the way.
The live stream was really good. So I was getting tweets that people were complaining about the live stream. I thought the live stream was fantastic. I didn't have any problems with it. It was really good. I don't know what people were complaining about.
Yeah, I mean, it's a free live stream, and before we only did main events, that was all you got. Now we're doing the stationary camera for all of the mains and everything like that, or all the rounds. I mean, and then we're following the main events. But I mean, it's a love-hate relationship with that webcast because yeah, I mean, you can complain all you want. Like, what do you want? A refund on the free event
Yeah.
that you're getting covered from?
Come on, people. And I like I said, I thought the coverage was really good. Like the camera work was really good. I thought it was clear. It was fine. I don't know if people forgot to pay the internet bill this month or what. Or they're living in a fucking
Yeah.
It was fine on my end.
we had James Panucci out there covering, like taking photos and then doing the live webcast also. But he was doing a killer job, always up there for the main or for the pros and the main. I mean, that's what we want on our webcast, but there's always going to be those complainers, and you know what? It's going to happen, but I don't know. I don't read too many comments unless they're positive, you know. So
yeah, you give people a free live stream and they complain about it.
Like you can have a refund all day.
Yeah, sweet.
You can have a refund all day. So.
Yeah, awesome.
Good
yeah,
shit.
that's the internet. That's the internet. Yeah. That's like the internet these days.
It is.
Oh,
it is exactly.
I mean,
people hating.
Were cracking me up. I mean, that kiss me for the moto board. I mean, that was killer.
I had so much fun on social media on the weekend. I just fired from the hip with everything. It was awesome.
Some of my friends from like high school were tagging me in that. Like, dude, like, what are you doing nowadays? Like, why is this your job now?
Yeah, dude, what is your job? What did you go to university for again?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, cool. Killer. Awesome, dude. Well, thanks for calling in. It was good to talk to you again.
Yeah, no worries. As always, enjoying the radio and the podcast. So keep it up, guys.
Cool. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, Justin.
Yep.
Chat soon. Yeah, I can't believe people are complaining about it. I don't know like what their situation is, but dude, all the live streams I've watched this year have been really good. Like the clarity, everything has been fine.
I've watched a few races back. They've been good.
Yeah.
I've seen people post screen recordings of their races. And I mean, if people are posting them on their Instagram, that must mean they're half decent. Like, no, people aren't going to post crap on there, right?
No, exactly.
Maybe our connection, by the way, has been terrible back and forth. Like, it's so glitchy.
Here's your talk with Roger coming up right here.
Okay.
Roger, you're live on Coffee Chat. Number 3. Roger, how's it going, pal?
Good. I just want to ask James a quick question because he kept running away from me and hiding this weekend. If he wants my fastest for sure DVD.
Shoot, what's your question, Roger? Let's hear it. I like having you have a question ready. This is great.
Yeah, can you hear him, James?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, I think he cut out. Okay. Go ahead, ask him again.
All right. Oh, well, since James kept hiding from me, I want to ask him if he wants my fastest for straight DVD.
Yeah, definitely. Could definitely use that. I was definitely running away all weekend long. That's, I just didn't want to be seen. I just kept running, Roger.
Roger, did you not go up and talk? Did you not go up and talk to him, Roger?
I didn't see him at all the weekend besides on the track.
I was in the same spot pretty much all weekend long. I didn't move from my location.
You probably just in the answer kit the whole weekend, weren't you?
No, I've been staying in the parking lots, unfortunately, because I have to try to stay away from people.
Yeah.
Because even if I test positive and I'm healthy, which I very much could be, if I get a negative test, I can't go to some of these international races.
You mean a positive test?
That's what I meant. So yeah, if I end up getting a positive test and even though I'm healthy and I get the test, I can't go to this race as I need to.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking about that. Like you guys just have to be careful because then you won't be able to travel or anything. Like that'd suck.
So I went over and said hi to them a few times, but that's why.
Yeah. But yeah, James had a bone to pick with you, Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Roger. I don't know where to start with this, Roger, but this week was actually it's hard to bring this up because this week was a lot better. But we need you to come in with a question like you did today. We need you to come into this conversation with a question or a topic. We can't just have you coming in here rambling about taking out Cam every time because we've been doing that for about 6 months now. I think we're past the dude. We need to move on from that.
We need new content.
We need some material, Roger.
We need exactly what we need.
No. We don't need a whole lot, but just bring something. When you call in, just bring something. Like we're talking a little topic, a question, something.
I need to bring my food to the potluck.
If that's a metaphor, then yes. You need to bring some food to the potluck.
Okay.
I'm thinking spring rolls.
Oh, sorry.
Bring Roger. Bring something to the potluck every time we have these shows. You got to bring something. You can't just show up to the potluck, eat everyone's food, and then peace. You gotta bring something to the potluck.
Oh, all right.
Because like
try bringing something.
Yeah, you gotta bring. We're not asking for a lot. You just need a little effort.
Even just an appetizer, just to get the ball rolling. That's all.
Yeah, bring us some gossip, a question, something.
Yeah.
All right.
Sound good?
Are you guys gonna be in Nashville?
James is, I think. No.
No, I'd like to be, unfortunately, but I think it's during the time Bogota is planned, from what I remember, which is a big bummer.
So yeah, when that gets canceled, James will be there. Yeah. So
yeah,
see you
so
there.
once it gets canceled, I'll be in Nashville. Yeah.
So he'll see you there, Roger.
All right. Sounds good. I'll see you guys then.
Take care, pal.
Later, buddy.
See you.
Yeah, he needs to bring someone to the potluck. That is a perfect metaphor for what we do here.
Yep. I think that's exactly spot on. I don't know how we missed that metaphor. It just works so perfectly though.
And it's been like 9 months of scam talk. And
yeah, exactly. It needs to change. It needs to change.
Shout out to everyone at BMX Twitter. We're making Twitter great again. And people are starting to migrate over to Twitter, which makes it even more fun for myself and our Coffee Chatter correspondent, McClintock. McClintock was doing well on Twitter too. He was actually providing not only banter with me on Twitter, but he's actually providing top 3 people in each round or each moto. So if you actually can't catch the live feed, just follow McClintock on Twitter and you'll be able to catch the results for the pros rounds.
It's honestly so good for that. Once again, I got to give kudos to you and McClintock for doing a stellar job. You killed the Coffee Chatter Twitter, everything. Yeah.
I was just firing from the hip with the tweets.
Dude, it was crazy how many you would send or get out, because I took a look after the races and I'm seeing all the ones I'm connected to or that Justin is connected to. And then I go check like the rest of them that are in the feed and there's a shit ton more. And I'm like, holy crap. There's so many to get to. And I'm just like laughing as I go down because it's like so relatable, so funny. So yeah, great job. It seems like more people are getting there. And I think it's a great way to just, like you say, when you're watching racing by yourself on YouTube, you want to just talk about shit that's happening. Perfect place to do it, Twitter. So
you can't really, like we said, you can't really do it on Instagram, but you just live tweet. And dude, it's so fun. Every sporting event does this. And we're slowly building it back up in BMX Twitter again. And it's fantastic. Max in the chat says McClintock's emojis were great, and they were pretty fucking great. Like he just did the palm tree for you, he did the frog for Joris, and he had some other ones that were pretty amusing. But yeah, it's just a fun place. If you're watching the live feed, to tweet along with us. I'd say the only thing that's tough with live tweeting is like the pros will go for 10, 15 minutes and then hour and a half break. So it's hard to get into like really good consistent flow, because it's like, especially on the weekend, it's like you tweet and then it's an hour and a half and you tweet and it's like kind of tough. Ideally, all be in a row. Alas, we don't have that luxury in our sport, but it's still fun.
It still is. Yeah, that is a tough part. You got to like burst out a bunch of tweets all at once and then you wait an hour and a half and then do it all again and then wait. Speaking of which, I burst out laughing on day 2 when you were like, talk to the Answers team principal. We're going mode push for James Palmer today. I would just burst out laughing because I just watched the Netflix documentary that week. It was so funny.
Yeah, I watched the Netflix doc and then I watched F1 qualifying Saturday morning. And I was like, this is fucking perfect.
That was so hilarious. Fucking gold.
Yeah, that's perfect. Justin says the World Cup live tweets are about to be popping. And that's true, because the World Cup goes all like, that's something that's a legitimate live tweet event. I mean, for people obviously it's a worldwide, but also it's just consistent pro action. So you can just sit there, watch it for hours and tweet. And that's like, it's like any other sport. Like you watch around a golf or a hockey game or a football game, whatever, you just live tweet for like 3-4 hours. That's ideal.
It is ideal. I look forward to reading those ones. That's going to be great.
Yeah. Those are going to be the best ones.
Yeah. Speaking of mode push, another guy who's on it, got to say Cam Larson. Mode push, frisky are 2 words to describe what he was doing out there this weekend. He had that hill and that transition dialed. He was pedaling right through the bottom every time. Made it work.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
He's super quick, really fast twitch. Like we But yeah, he looked good overall. So good job, Ariel. Like they've done a good job together, and obviously have good chemistry. And I think whatever they're doing is working. So yeah, and he's still fairly young. So I think he's still got a bright future in the sport for years to come.
Yeah, he's got a win or a podium on the horizon here soon.
You think, right? Like you got to win soon enough. I think.
I would think so. Yeah. Yeah.
I could see him getting like a like a Salt Lake City.
Oh yeah, Salt Lake. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
somewhere
could
like
easily
that.
just like hole shot that, or from the outside, or be like a top 2 in the main. Any race like right lately, he's been like, yeah, he's been so quick off the start.
Yeah, I could totally see him, or I could see him winning one in Atlanta or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that too. Yeah. So keep an eye out for him. Jay Smooth had a good little comeback on day one. I mean, from the semi, he was, I think, last at one point in the semi. Got some good fortune. He made a couple moves, got some good fortune in the last turn, made it to the final, and put it on the box. So from being last in the start of the semi, barely making it into the main, and then getting on the box, that was pretty impressive.
So I actually missed this semi somehow. I was like, I went back on the live feed and I just missed the semis because it came up pretty quick and came and went, whatever.
Yeah.
But I asked you a post about it, and apparently it was a hell of a lap. And I wonder if the video's somewhere because I'd like to see it. Because I heard he came from last basically and qualified. So good on Jay Smooth.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Pretty cool to see that one.
Yeah, see, this track is you can do that. Like that's a cool thing about Rock Hill.
Yeah. Yeah, you can battle down the second straight really well, battle in the second turn. Most of the time, like the guy in fifth can battle with the guy in fourth into the last turn. So it causes a little bit of chaos. It causes action coming into the last turn for people behind. It's really good for that.
Yeah.
Really good for
and
that.
We need to talk about the B mains getting on the podium or having their own little podium and a whole shot award.
Yeah.
That's tough. That's tough.
It is tough, right? I mean, if you want to talk about tough being with the payout, I mean, the guy Souza is making more than the guy in seventh place in the main because of the whole shot. And I don't think it's wrong how much he's making, but I think it's wrong that he's making more than somebody in the final. It's tough to see.
That you shouldn't make more than a guy in the final. You just shouldn't. Like, there's no way it should be. Yeah, I agree.
And like I know it's scaled down from the mains, it's all scaled down, but because there's a bonus for a whole shot, if you get the whole shot and win the B main, you end up getting more. I think it's awesome that Answer BMX does the whole shot because whatever race you're watching, it's cool to see the guy whole shot a race. You're always looking at that guy who's out front. So it's awesome and it's worth it to be giving that guy a bonus. It's just, I don't think it's cool that they're making more than somebody in the main. Like that's the show. The whole goal is to be in the final.
You know, what's funny is you get, I mean, this is unintentionally and it's bound to happen, but if you win the final, you actually get more attention probably from winning the lap than you do for getting like 6 in the A main. Because like a little kid will probably remember the guy who wins the B main, but wouldn't remember the guy who gets 6th or 7th in the main.
Exactly. It's crazy, hey?
It's kind of funny. And I mean, that's just how it goes, whatever. But
yeah,
whenever you're out front, it's so flashy compared to just like a working class 6th.
Seriously, like I got 7th in the main. I bet you nobody even realizes the main because Jet crashed in front of me before the berm jump, and I didn't get to jump the berm jump, and I was out of the race watching, and nobody probably realized I was there.
And it's the same if you like if you like kill your motos and then get quartered, people probably remember you more than just getting 4ths all day. It's so weird.
Crazy how it works.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it is crazy. Yeah, it's interesting. And then they do because they do a whole shot award for the B mains. They also go on the podium and take a picture because I mean, Answer BMX puts up money for that award for that whole shot. But I don't know, it's kind of weird to me that they're standing on the same podium that the whole shot of the A main is standing on. Like they're taking a picture together. Like I don't want it to sound like I'm think it's dumb and it's bad that they get a whole shot award. It's just we're putting people on the same platform instead of idolizing the people that killed it that day.
Yeah. So do they, like in border cross, they do B mains and border cross, do they get a podium?
See, that's a great question. I have absolutely no idea.
I don't know either. What other sports do a B final? Border cross does. 4 cross did, I think.
They probably did. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, they only have 4 people in a race, so it's like you kind of hope they do, but I don't actually know what other sports do.
I feel like a B final should just be like you do it and then you just kind of get your money for it, but you don't get anything else.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I feel. And obviously, if you're getting the whole shot award and they're taking a photo, you're going to go up there and do it. So I'm not trying to say anybody that was doing that it looks bad. It's just that's how it is. I think you should do the race and that's about it. let the spotlight be on those people that were in the top 3 of the final.
You think if you win the B final, you tell a chick you won still? You think you can do that?
Fuck no. Absolutely not.
If you met a girl who really know BMX and came to track with you and you won the B final, just be like, yeah, I won.
No way. Can you imagine you did that shit? They have no idea what the sport is, and you're like, you see me just win that race? Hell yeah.
You win. What do you mean? Of course I won. You don't just see me?
Yeah, of course I won. That'd be so funny.
The final is given so much stuff to talk about this year.
It is. It really has. So maybe because I sound negative, I want to throw a positive spin into this too. What I do like about it is you can kind of say what position you got now. We're not just looking at top 8. You got Souza out there. He got a P. I think he posted. He said he got P9. I think that's cool that you can say you got P9. Like you can say you got a 9th place.
I think it's just still in our sport. It sounds kind of dumb when you say it. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. 100%.
I think it's changing. So it would be cool to actually say that instead of just I got semi or whatever. Like I actually got like P9. I don't know.
Yeah. Like you got to race in a semi to get an actual position. Yeah. So
I agree.
Yeah.
On the women's side of things, besides we'll get to the standouts, but yeah, the young women in that class are so good and their skills are so good. The sport is in very good hands.
I 100% can't agree with you more in that exact. Yeah. Can't agree with you more.
They're a pleasure to watch. Like Peyton and that whole crew, Molly, they're really fun to watch. Like they bring such a good, young, fresh, skillful energy to the class. I love it.
They do. It's like they're not afraid to get themselves right in the mix because they know they're fast and they want it so bad. And I think that is so cool to see. It's not like they're hopping in the class just accepting the position where they are, accepting a position behind the leaders. They're out there trying to win. They're trying to take that position. They want it, and that's so cool.
Yeah. I will say shout out Canada. Molly Simpson was looking frisky out there. She rode really well. She's looking really good. She's improved a ton.
She really has, hey? Yeah. She's been putting in a lot of work. So it's been really cool to see. I mean, first time she's got to show it on the Supercross hill, so that's great. We had both Canadians. Drew was there as well, put it in the final. I mean, Canadians were looking hot this weekend.
Yeah. Canada's pulling. I really like watching Peyton. I think she's got good form style. She's fast and she's, like you said, just goes for it. And you're totally right. Like they don't just go into class and are intimidated by like Elise and those Felicia and everyone. Like they go in there with intention to win and they don't really care who they're racing. And I just love that attitude.
I think it's so cool. Hey, like take some balls to do that. I got to say, to be honest, I think when I entered the class, I probably wasn't like that. I would have been scared to kind of take on some of the top people if I was even in that position to have that opportunity. Well, these girls are just taking it by storm. They're like, I want it. I'm going to go get it. And it's awesome.
I think we have a question in the chat. Do you guys think winning a B-main is more prestigious than winning a stacked moto? Interesting question.
That's a great question. I mean, it's a tough one because it depends on who's in the moto. I mean, if you have a couple of heaters or a couple hot guys in the moto, it's pretty epic to win that moto. But at the same time, you got to be in the semis to have an opportunity even in the B main. I don't know. It's a great question.
I'd rather win a stacked moto.
Probably because at that point you haven't lost out on the final yet.
I'd rather win a stacked moto.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it feels great winning a stacked moto. Like if you whole shot and win a stacked moto, you feel like the man.
Oh, you feel like you just done it. You did it. You're like, I'm here. I'm ready to play. Like, put me in the final. I want to race.
It's just instant, huge confidence boost if you do that. So I'd take that. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Shout out answer S-squared teammate Laza Bear on the box. Laza looked good. Like we talked about, Laza is great at Supercross. She looked great out there.
She did. She was looking spicy. She had some power from the outside. She looked really good over the jumps as she always does. I think she was stoked to be back on a big hill again.
It was cool to see. She beat Elise in a moto too, which was pretty cool. And she rode well. Laza Bear looked great.
Yeah. The big three were constantly up there as we expected, I think. Meaning like Felicia as well, S-squared rider, and then Elise. Like they were up there constantly, kind of where you expect them, which with all the other girls in the field, it's not always expected these days. So cool to see them performing well.
Yeah. And how about Elise Street for national champs? That's getting up there.
Holy smokes, 10? You shitting me?
Up there.
You shitting me? That's crazy.
Yeah.
How many did you get? How many did you get?
Not including time trial, I guess 7.
Okay.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, 7.
Crazy.
At least it's 10. That's a lot.
Fucking nuts. And I guess
she must be counting junior.
You think so?
Yeah, because she's only a year old. Oh, no, maybe not. She's a year older than me. So she would have first race in 2010. So I guess, yeah, they're probably all elite. Yeah.
She lost one year to Felicia.
So there you go. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
I think you tweeted about it. Her main event to win ratio is just insane.
Dude, like, can we just talk about her win percentage in mains we're talking USA BMX? Holy shit. It's for sure the greatest of all time out of men and women. No question. I wonder what it is, because it will just be off. It would be phenomenal what the percentage would actually be.
I can't even fathom it. Like, I can't. It's insane. Like, she probably has more. She probably has more main event finishes than I do USA BMX races in my career, which is fucking insane.
Percentage must be like close to 90%. I don't know what it would actually be, but
gosh,
dude,
yeah. I mean, in a year, I mean, she loses what, like 2-3 races a year max of the USA BMX ones.
It's probably I would guess it's probably like 80%.
Yeah, that sounds like a very reasonable number, and I wouldn't be wrong with going up to 85.
Yeah, dude. Imagine 80%. Are you kidding me?
Gosh, that'd be epic.
Are you kidding me?
Are you shitting me?
I wonder what Sam's would have been really high too when he was.
Big time. Yeah. Yeah, his would have been huge, especially. I mean, the one year he went on the streak, it would have been up there. Yeah, those two together, goats.
Yeah, their kid is just gonna come out fucking Superman.
Yes, he's gonna be coming out pedaling those legs already.
Yeah, he's gonna come out. He's gonna be fucking Superman. He's gonna come out and just fly around the world instantly.
Speaking of stats like that, I had this interesting little talk with the Jet, Jared Garcia. Good to see him back. Shout out for him being in the mains. What about having a plus minus in BMX throughout the day? So you know how some sports, hockey, basketball, maybe football too, baseball, you can have like a plus minus on the day, like you guys a +2, like mistakes or not mistakes, or making good plays or bad plays, like you know that kind of stat.
Yeah.
So what if in BMX, if you pass somebody, you're at a +1 on the day. If you lose a spot to a guy, you're -1 on the day. So you either birdie a lap, you eagle the lap, or you could like bogey the lap, or you just par the lap, stay where you are. I think we should start keeping track. So me and Jetty were keeping. You're
keeping track?
Yeah, me and Jetty were. He told me about this on day 2. So we were keeping track on the day, and it was pretty funny.
So yeah, like hockey, it'd be like you're on for a goal, you +1. You're on for a goal against -1. I think BMX, if you're like top 4, you're plus. If you're not in the top 4, it'd be minus. I think it'd probably be the equivalent.
Yeah, that could be all right.
Yeah,
because we were doing like plus minus on the passes. So like one race, I passed somebody +1, I got passed, so I went down 1 and back to neutral on the day. That kind of thing. It was interesting because I never obviously I've thought about passing people, but it's fun to keep track of like where you're sitting on the day.
I know it'd be cool to have more stats in our sport, like what you normally get in motos and blah blah blah.
Your average plus minus, like your gain ratio on a lap too. Like, do you normally pass somebody or do you normally get passed? Yeah,
that stuff would be cool.
That would be cool. So that was my relation to golf: having eagle, birdie, par, bogey. That's all it was. So it's not going to catch on. I can already tell, but the plus minus, that part could catch on.
I like it. I just wish someone could actually do that. We just have no one who cares to do it.
Yeah, you gotta count for yourself right now.
you gotta everyone take your own stats.
Yeah, exactly right.
True and false.
Yeah, let's do that. Sure.
All right.
I'm down to do the. I have to make one up on the spot, but yeah, go for it.
True or false? ProGate Europe is the best gate in the world.
We haven't even mentioned our sponsor of the show.
ProGate Europe. True. Best gate in the world. I think starts with a great, not a good gate. We're talking a great gate. Connor had a great gate in ProGate in Rock Hill and won the U.S. National Championships on ProGate Europe.
He did. He had great gates all weekend. We lost, I think, 1 lap. He said, yep. Great gates. You want to get a gate like Connor? You want to gate like the pros? Get a ProGate Europe. It's the only way possible.
ProGate True or False segment. Here we go. ProGate True and False.
True and false, baby. True and false.
All right. You got yours ready?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
All right. First one from me. Sylvan takes Louise to daycare and picks her up wearing his full kit. Full 9 to 5, all in the kit.
He's probably done it before, true.
It is true.
Actually?
He told me, he's like, yep, sometimes I will wake up in the morning, put my kid on, make breakfast, eat breakfast, take Louise to daycare, drop her off, do my training, go to do a clinic in the afternoon, still in his kit, and then on the way home, pick her up.
Why does he wake up and put his kid on?
Well, he probably has breakfast, then puts it on. I might have said that wrong, but apparently he just wears it all day because he says it's that comfortable.
All righty then.
Full 9 to 5 in the kit, baby.
No kidding. Just clocking in, clocking out. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
True or false? Our Coffee Chatter stories started posting to Facebook since the Romaine IG takeover we had.
Well, no, this is just like trivia.
True or
That's a
false?
good true. I think it's false. I think it happened later.
It's false, but it actually happened with Brooke and Rach. So I think it was before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, nice. All right, next one from me. I warned Souza before I passed him in the last turn on the first moto on Saturday.
How would you have warned him? False.
It's true, actually.
How did you warn him?
I yelled at him coming into the turn. I yelled like, "Sorry, Souza," as I was going into the turn because it was the first moto of the day. I wasn't expecting to pass him. It was for second in the first moto.
Okay.
I wasn't really expecting to pass him at first, and I got really close on the last roller.
Last
turn.
turn.
I was like,
no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going inside here. And like, I'm not going to just pull the brakes. I got a line. I'm just going to go. So as I jumped the jump, I was like, sorry, Souza. And because I knew I was super low and I was going to shoot up the turn. I didn't want to turn too sharp and slide out. So I was like, yeah.
It's funny how gentlemanly motos are when you're in the top 3 or 4. Like no one really tries to pass you unless it's wide open.
Exactly right. Like unless it's a clear move, you're going to take it. If not, it's kind of like, yeah, just roll it in there. Yeah.
If you're in 5th, obviously you're going to try. But if you're like 3rd, 2nd, like you're not trying to pass. You're just trying to take it home to the bank.
Exactly right.
Especially like first round, the last thing you want to do is fuck something up.
You don't want to be that jackass that just takes you guys out.
No,
yeah, exactly.
Or like in a quarter semi, I never tried to pass in the top 4. Like I really never tried.
Like 4th. I wouldn't say I would never try, but it's always like you're more trying to hold your position always.
Yeah. For sure. Unless it's like if you're gonna blow past someone, but
yeah, that's different. Yeah.
Mike King messaged me after this weekend and said they plan to change the Rock Hill track this winter. True or false?
I think it's actually true, but I don't think they're going to change much.
It was false.
That was a really that was a good one. That was a good one. I thought I heard they want to change it still, and they've been meaning to, and all this stuff, and it's just never happened. So that's why I went with it. But
yeah, I feel like that's always a track operator thing. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna change it this winter.
We got the budget this winter. We're gonna get it down for sure. Yeah, for sure.
It should be good by next spring.
They probably said that like 3 years ago.
Said that 4 years ago in Abbotsford. Remember, Adam did.
Oh yeah. True. Good one. My next one. I puked on my flight home with Amanda.
False.
Thankfully, it is false.
Well, I'm glad that one's false.
I'm really glad it was too. I had my concerns. I was very cautious of my breathing and making sure I stayed relaxed. I didn't want that to happen.
All right, true or false? Justin Wall hates BMX and only does his job for the money.
Oh, that's completely false. That was the easiest one I've ever had. He loves the sport. He loves BMX. He just enjoys it all. Crap! I got to think of one right now.
You got off the cuff it. All right,
I got it off the.
I can go.
I got one.
Like, you want me to go or you go?
You go first.
Right. I had to race someone else's bike in junior at a race in 2010 in a moto.
Where was the race?
It's all the information you get.
What moto? Where was the race?
It was like second round somewhere.
Second round somewhere. What place did you get in the lap?
You see, you can't ask this many questions.
Okay, it's true.
Yeah, it's true. Is that actually at Abbotsford at a UCI race, and I popped my tire, so I used Jimmy Brown's Supercross bike, and I was nervous because at the time going to the pro rhythm section, you had to pull on to the step up, and I didn't know how short or long his back end. It was a little scary. It was a little scary. I'd never rode his bike before, and like I won the lap, but I wasn't comfortable.
No, that's scary when you have to do that. Like a manual and a jump you can get away with. The pull is you need to have that pretty precise.
Like, do I yank it? Do I just like, what do you do?
You have no idea. And if you yank it, you don't get, your butts. Yeah. That's just not a good look.
Manual, you're dead.
You're screwed. Yeah.
That was not fun.
Yeah. All right. Mine. In the semi on day 2, Cam Moore's bars moved forward in the gate and they had to pull off so we could fix them. So our semi went first.
True.
That is true, actually. Yeah.
Wow. They moved forward when he got in the gate.
I don't know that for a fact, but they looked like they moved pretty far forward.
Holy shit. They must have been.
He's literally like, my bars moved. And I was like, I looked at his bike and his bars looked pretty north. And I was like, that is really weird.
Wow.
And I don't think they moved crooked because that's no way they moved crooked. They didn't look crooked.
True or false? Connor wants to be an agent in motocross after he's done racing.
Oh, I think that's true.
That's true. Yeah, he actually does.
I think that's true. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. ProGate Europe, true and false segment. Get yours today.
Get yours today, babe.
Get yours today.
Speaking of sponsors of the show, we got to give a shout out to our other one, motosheets.com. If you guys don't know what MotoSheets are, guys, motosheets.com is a timing and scoring system. You can get personal timing systems. You can get scoring systems for your track when you have races. You can get it all from them. And it's all made easy at motosheets.com. So if your track is having a race in the future, you guys want a easy timing system, easy scoring system, go check out motosheets.com. They will get you guys all set up with everything you need. Let them know Coffee Chatter sent you. You never know what could happen if you do that.
What's the most iconic BMX World Championships ever?
I saw this. I'll put this in there, and I don't know.
What comes to mind? World Championships.
The reason why I asked this question is I watched a Kyle Bennett tribute, and it was a race, 2007 race, his World Championship win, and I was like, every time I see this race, my jaw just drops, and I'm like, this is one of the best races of all time.
Yeah, no doubt. Rock Hill was a cool one.
That was epic.
Rock Hill was cool. I mean, it's not because I got hurt in Baku, but Baku was kind of like, it wasn't, I never felt like there was like a really like world atmosphere there for some reason. Even in it was kind of just whatever. It was like no one was there and it wasn't great, I thought.
No, I agree, unfortunately, too. We didn't have the spectators that the Worlds normally does. And maybe because of the system, what happened with the delays and whatnot. But yeah.
Yeah. Medellin was really cool. That was a good one.
Yep. Yeah. I thought, even though I wasn't there and I don't know what the crowd was like, I thought 2012 in my head, it was a pretty iconic race.
Yeah, I wasn't there either. But that one looked, I mean, dude, that race delivers every year.
It does. Honestly, it really does.
You know what's a really iconic one was Zolder in 2015 when we had to race off the amateur hill. I mean, had to race off the amateur, like the whole kind of a shit show, but that one was actually like that one was pretty cool. Like the way everything turned out and the mains were super exciting. That was a pretty cool one, actually.
Yeah, epic racing action for sure.
Yeah.
That was pretty spectacular.
2009 in Adelaide, I got to say that was a really cool one too. Cool atmosphere.
The ones with it's just when there's crowds in a stadium like that, it just doesn't get much cooler than that.
Yeah, I really liked Auckland and Rotterdam were really cool atmosphere because they were like kind of those tight stadiums. So I really like the tracks were garbage, but the actual like event, like I thought Rotterdam was really cool.
Yeah, no, I get that too. It's a stadium atmosphere that we don't always get, and when we do get it, it just erupts, and it's so cool. It's because our sport, like, it goes from dead quiet to just eruption as soon as the gate drops, and that is the coolest thing ever. It's like all of a sudden it's just quiet, and then it's just let's go on,
dude. Like there's nothing like being at a world championships when it's in a stadium and it's dead quiet. All you hear is the cadence, and then the gate goes down, and you're like waiting behind the hill for your lap. You just hear like the of the hill, and the crowd just goes fucking wild. Like it's
right.
I get goosebumps just thinking about it now.
Dude, yeah, when you like can't see a thing. It's pitch black normally behind the hill, or dark at least. And then you just hear the gate drop, the noise of the hill, and then it's just crowd noise.
Yeah.
Because after the hill, you can't hear them riding. So yeah.
Or what's cool too is like you do your practice at like the World say, and there's like people in the stands, but it's like, I don't know, quarter, half full. Like people aren't quite there yet. You do your practice, then you go back to the pit and you like warm up. You don't you don't really see the track for like 45 minutes or whatever, half an hour, whatever it is. And you're behind the hill and you like hear the crowd in front of you get like a quick little glimpse from like the bottom of the hill and you hear it. And then you get to the top of the hill and it's just fucking packed. It's so cool.
Dude, it's awesome. Hey, God, what an experience. That gets the blood rushing when that happens.
Yeah. And it's like,
go on.
I say, yeah, you hear the motor in front of you and everyone's just dead quiet behind the hill and then you're climbing the hill for yours. And yeah, I really miss those moments. Like I miss that kind of feeling. That's what I miss.
Yeah. That's a special feeling you get that only happens in big sporting events, I feel like.
Totally.
Yeah. I was going to say it even like there was quite the crowd even in Rock Hill. It wasn't that same atmosphere like a stadium or it wasn't even the same atmosphere we had at the World Champs because that was a pretty good atmosphere in 2017.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool to see because there were so many amateur riders there and all their families, so that it was pretty packed in the stands and along the fence line there. It was really cool to see.
Yeah, I saw that. Like even on the live feed, there was a lot of people watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was awesome. I mean, it was the biggest national in USA BMX history, I think. So, I mean, you're going to have a lot of people there. Yeah. So it was fun.
The crowd at the Rock Hill Worlds in 17 was fucking sick. And it felt like a home worlds for us because there were so many Canadians there. Like that was really, it honestly felt like a home worlds. That was pretty special for us too.
Yeah, it was. Like I've never experienced that loud of crowd, like personally. Other than that, like you got to race Pan Ams, which I'm sure was sick.
Oh, that was insane.
That would have been so cool because
insane. Yeah.
You would have had the entire place cheering for you.
Yeah.
Which would have been nuts. But 2017 was probably my biggest time feeling that. And it was so cool because you could literally hear them cheering. And I'm not going to say for you, but when you did something, you could hear them cheer. So you're like, they're basically cheering for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's something like, especially from Canada, because we never have any big races. Like that's something we never, ever got to experience was actual like a home big race. So like, obviously I did Pan Ams, but then like the Worlds in Rock Hill and stuff, so special. Just, because it's like so many people are rooting for you. It's such a cool feeling.
Yeah, really cool. I can't imagine all these places I get to have all the time. Like it makes a difference. Like you get extra energy from that.
It's a huge advantage. Like it's enormous. Yeah. Like a home field advantage with a hockey team or something, or football, whatever.
You think it's going to help the Japanese at the Olympics, having only Japanese fans there?
Good question. Yeah, why not? I mean, home country. I think it's a big advantage for sure.
Mm-hmm. Bring some extra nerves, maybe, but I think they go away quick enough once you get going. So
yeah, it's like at those. I don't know, like at those races, I never felt like extra nervous because it was a home race. Like even when we raced the World Cup in Abbotsford and stuff, like I felt like it was always just a big advantage. Just I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd like it. I mean, I'd like that opportunity again to have that home crowd advantage. That'd be sick.
Yeah, it's fucking dope.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to rant with the lady in the room above you at the hotel. Let's
I
hear just some one words.
Dude, okay. So it's a little bit of a story. So bear with me. It's hard to remember because I was half asleep. But anyways, me and Joris at our hotel room, we were having issues with the people above us all trip long. It was kind of annoying, but there must have been some workers above us the first couple of weeks. And then we got like one night of silence before the weekend. And then I want to say it was Thursday night before the race on Friday. We were like lying in bed. It was probably like 9:30 at this point, and we hear like running around upstairs. Like it's kids running around like crazy. You can clearly hear them running, jumping, making a lot of noise. And I'm not going to say it's just there, but because I think the hotel itself, I think the floors were like, they must have been thin because we were hearing noise the whole time. So they must have been a little bit thin. But anyways, we're hearing them run around the whole night. It's ridiculously annoying. At this point now, it's probably 10:30. The kids are still running around. I'm getting tired of it. So I went upstairs to finally say something. And I didn't want to do this because I didn't want to be the person that went up and said, do you mind keeping down?
Resort. Like that's
because then it's like, they know you're down there. They know they're probably just going to make noise for fun basically and just keep you up even longer. So I had actually phoned the front desk and been like, hey, like there's a lot of noise. Something wrong up there, like trying to act cool about it. And the front desk person basically said there were some kids. I think they went up there. They were running to their room or something like that. I was like, sweet, thanks for the help, basically. So I end up going up to the room. I knock on the door and I hear like a little whisper from inside the room being like, someone's at the door. Shh. And I hear them do that and nothing happened. Nobody opened the door. So I knocked again. And the neighbor of that room like looked at the door and like wondered what was going on. She's like, is there a circus going on over there? And I was like, it sounds like it, doesn't it? So I knocked that last time, nothing happened. So I went back down to my room and I was like, whatever, I'll just try to sleep. Could still hear them running around. And then now it's like 11:15. It was still happening. I couldn't sleep. So I went back up to the room, knocked on the door again. And this time a mom opens the door. And I was like, hi there. I tried to be polite. I might not have been because it was 11:15. I was probably a little grumpy from putting my clothes back on, going up there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I knocked on the door. I was like, yeah, we're hearing a lot of noise down there. I just want you guys to keep it down. It sounds like some kids are running around. And she had the audacity to look straight in my eyes and be like, that's impossible. We were not in the room. Nobody was up here. We just got into the room. It could not have been us. Straight up. She told me, she's like, that couldn't have happened. She's like, and I could see that the parents must have just got to the room, but she's like, it couldn't have been us. They must have been cleaning. We weren't in the room. And I was like, oh, okay, well.
Say it. Like, just say, yeah, we will. No worries.
Literally, like, I was actually just came up here about half an hour ago. The noise has been going on for over an hour. And I was like, there's some kids in here clearly that whispered, like, keep it down, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's pretty loud. And she was just adamant that it was like, nope, wasn't. It's like, we're not making any noise. And she was like, complete bitchy face. And I was just like, I don't understand how you're looking me in the eye and just lying straight to my face. And you can't just be like, hey, like, the kids were in the room, that we've had a long drive. Like, they're just getting rid of some energy. We'll try to keep it down. Like, how is that impossible just to, like, I don't know, be honest about that? It's not a big deal. I'm just asking you to be quiet. You don't have to lie to me about it.
No, and it's like, of course they're going to be, but just like, if there's a parent, just tell them to, like, as other people. Yeah.
And so I basically ended up leaving the room as she's basically like, yeah, you couldn't have been asked. I was like, well, I basically left. I was like, well, you're the only room above us, so it kind of has to be. And I just walked off and left. And it was maybe quiet for like 5-10 minutes. Then there was a little bit more noise, but nothing crazy. And it was better. But like, are you shitting me? You're telling me you're just going to lie straight? Like, I know your kids were in there. I just told you I was up here and I heard them say, like, they were being unbelievable.
Yeah. And I hate to be that guy too. Like, I will never complain unless it's a legitimate issue.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so not that person either, but that is, yes. Jacob James in the chat room says some people suck. That's 100% true. Some people do indeed suck.
It was infuriating.
Yeah.
So I had to share it. I feel like I'm getting a little like, I don't know how to share it properly when I start to get tense. I'm getting fired up right now, just thinking about how much I wanted to yell at that lady.
Seriously, fuck that lady.
Seriously, just fuck you. Like, oh my God, unbelievable.
Yeah, that's infuriating. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can see you and Joris just be like, wow, seriously?
Yeah, honestly. And Joris ended up putting his earplugs in and slept fine. I'm just sitting there staring at the ceiling like, keep it down.
I think Airbnbs are the way to go.
Yeah, they honestly are.
Yeah, I think they are too.
They're more cozy that way. And yeah.
I think so too.
So,
we get into some one words.
You want to do that? I just put down the same ones we did from last week that we didn't actually do.
Sure.
Caesar. Yeah.
Rock Hill.
Needs a change.
Speedway.
Yeah. There's Speedway too. Twan Van Gent.
Just a horse.
That's exactly what I'd say about him. He's always just a horse.
Yeah, just a horse.
He's not Mr. Style Cat, but he's got some speed. That's for sure.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Maris.
The 1-2 assassin.
Golf buddy.
He's your golf buddy now, hey?
Golf bros now.
He just got a new driver, didn't he? Speaking of which.
Yeah, he got a Cobra, yeah.
Ooh, that's sick.
Yeah, I wish I was the same hand as you guys sometimes, just so we could try each other's clubs, but we can never try each other's clubs.
That sucks.
And it kind of does, yeah.
I can't get any hand-me-downs. Can't get nothing.
No, I know.
Nothing. Drive to Survive.
The best Netflix docuseries the best docuseries I've ever watched.
It's incredible, honestly.
It really is. I'm watching it through the second time now. I'm halfway through the second time.
It got me so fired up to watch Formula One this weekend. I didn't watch the whole race. I only got to watch the recap, but it got me so fired up.
Yeah. I think it's no doubt, like when I was watching it, it's brought a lot of new people to the sport, which is cool.
Yeah. When it came out, 2-3 years ago, it's what brought me to the sport.
Yeah. It's insane.
So, except they did my boy George dirty. They didn't even put him in the doco.
That's weird. He actually wasn't in the doco.
And he tweeted about it and everything, like kind of making fun of it and everything. But I think it was something to do with Williams. Like Williams didn't go in the documentary at all.
Yeah, weird. Because he almost won the race. Like I can't believe the story of him almost winning with Mercedes wasn't highlighted as an entire episode. I don't know how that wasn't an entire episode, because I don't understand.
I think it was something to do with a contract of some sort, somebody in Williams not wanting to be just signing or doing something. I think it was like that.
Honestly, they just seem like the worst team. Like they suck. And then like this stuff like, what are you doing over there? What are you doing at Williams?
I don't know. Like I
Yes.
love the team because of the history, because I like the history of that family and
What are you doing over there? Like,
but they've been yeah. I like their paint job. Like
you got one huge story and you're not even on Netflix. Like, what are you doing?
like that's gonna bring so many eyes to your team.
Seriously.
Gosh.
Yeah.
And George is so sick. He's driving. Everyone's lucky he's not in a faster car.
Yeah, he's sick. He is sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Air fryers.
I don't have one, but I've used one. Kind of wish I had one.
We have it all the time. They're really, you make yam fries and French. They're really good. Yeah. They're solid.
Isn't it pretty quick and easy just to fry something? Like,
Yeah. Like half an hour. Yeah. It's good.
What does it do? What does it do? Just hot air? Just like a mini oven?
No clue. Yeah. Basically. It just fries it with air, I guess. Yeah. Pretty self-explanatory, I think.
So it's just a mini oven.
Yeah. Well, it's like ours is like a circular thing and it kind of like rotates the stuff in there and just like fries it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Goggles.
I don't remember. I tried one time since 2008. I've tried riding without them. It was at the rain race in Rock Hill. I took a half a practice lap without them because it was pouring rain. I was thinking maybe it'll be better. And I was blinking the whole time and then just put them back on. So I have to ride with goggles. I love goggles.
Yeah. It's like a hit or miss thing. It's either you wear them all the time or you don't wear them at all.
Yeah. There's very few people that like sometimes do. I don't think it's hard to do that.
It is, I think, too. Once you're comfortable with them, you always want to ride them. When you're not comfortable, you think they're just like so annoying on your face.
Some people don't like them because you're limited with your peripherals, and you kind of are. Like without goggles, you can definitely have more peripherals, but it's actually not a bad thing, I think, for the start because you just don't see anyone and you just send it.
It's true. It's a really good way to look at it. I mean, you put horse blinders on for a reason, right?
It's basically just blinders.
Yeah.
Like, I could be behind. I don't know. Just go.
Just fucking give her. That's that Tory mentality right there. Just give her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Flats.
Haven't ridden them for a while actually, but I feel like when I think of flats, I think of dirt jumps because when I go dirt jumping, I'm always on flats. It's more fun to play around.
Yeah.
2021 Olympics.
That's tough.
You know, I've heard a lot of questions going around about if the World Cups are going to happen and then if the Olympics are going to happen. And my response the whole time has been, I don't know if the World Cups are going to happen, but I'm pretty damn certain the Olympics are going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I don't feel like it's an Olympic year for some reason.
Because it's really not. I mean, because it's all COVID crap. It's hard to be.
It's all just kind of like getting Jimmy rigged. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like last year, I really felt like there was a ton of Olympic hype, you know, because
yes,
you know what I mean. And
Mm-hmm.
this, I don't know if I don't really feel that like they're going to go off, and I think there'll probably be more hype going into them, but I don't really feel it right now. And we're not even that far away from it. We're what, 3-4 months?
Yeah, like 4 months, 3-4 months. Yeah.
What's it like at the race? Is there some like hype or like, am I missing something?
I don't think you're missing anything. I think there's internal hype because I think there's hype. There isn't hype for the countries that already have like the spots, and because these races don't mean anything for Olympic stuff at all.
Yeah.
For the countries like myself, us, Canada, and other smaller countries that are going after the points, I feel like there's probably internal hype going on because they know something's on the line.
Yeah.
But for the other countries, I mean, there's nothing to get hyped about the Olympics yet because nothing's going on.
Yeah. And like even on TV, like usually Sports Center, all these things, like there's so much Olympic stuff on all the time. And there's just not.
True. That's actually very true too.
Yeah.
Normally they'd be touching on things, trying to hype it up. But I mean, they probably did all their stuff last year. And then what new stuff should they have to do maybe?
Or even on social, you see like tons of Olympic hype and takeovers and all this shit going on like before Rio and stuff. And I think there probably was last year, but I haven't really seen much of it lately. It's kind of weird. Like it's almost like it's going to happen, but there's not like the buildup right now. I don't know.
It's exactly what it is. There's no build up. There's no that build to hype is not there right now.
Kind of sucks because that's like part of it.
I think once qualifying is locked in, you could see more of that. But for a lot of sports, it is. So I don't know why we're not seeing more of that.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird. Like Does it feel like an Olympic year? I guess for you it does, probably. I'm sure, but
kind of not. Like I mean, it does because I mean I'm having to go to these races to get points. but it's like at the same time, I don't know. It's awkward. I think it's still more of a COVID year. COVID's still in the way of it being an Olympic year.
Yeah. Like obviously, it's happening, but it's like last year, I feel like everyone was just like, oh, show. Yeah. And this year it's kind of like, I don't know.
People are trying to get out of COVID now before they start thinking about the Osho, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's a bit of an odd. I don't know. It's a bit odd, I feel like.
Yeah. I got a little venting to do quickly here.
Okay.
I had some dude message me on
oh, this will be good.
Yeah, I had some dude message me on Instagram, and when I reposted that thing about the UCI statement that basically said Stuttgart was canceled and they're going to try to find a replacement in time to add Olympic qualifying. And I thought it was a pretty fair statement because I was like, they were trying to say that they're going to add qualifying races. Well, they've had like a lot of time to try to do those events, like try to add races. What makes them think they're going to get it in within a month now?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of bringing false hope. And that was my whole opinion. And somebody sent me a message and was like, something like, you probably just think that because you're buying your way to the Olympics or something like that.
What?
And I was like, please explain. He's like, going to all these races around the world, you're just buying your way or something. I was like, I responded, I ended up blocking the guy because I was annoyed by him, but I was like, so you're telling me that just me going to these races to get points, just like every other country that needs the points is doing, I'm buying my way to the Olympics. It's like, so that means every country that is going to these races to do the same thing is buying their way.
He sounds like cool. one of those like fat dudes eating pizza in the basement on his computer saying he's going to talk shit about a pro athlete.
That's what I felt like. And I was like, I sent the message and I was like, yeah, I don't need to respond to this anymore. Like, I'm just going to block you. But
those people you're better off not even to read or respond to their messages because it's just like, yeah.
It's just annoying.
Those are the type of people on the internet.
They don't understand what the system is, that if the system wasn't that I had to go get these points, I wouldn't be traveling. But clearly I need to go get points like every other country does. So that's why we're doing it.
No, and they sound like super unhappy with their life and just a keyboard warrior.
Yep.
Well, the internet's a fickle mistress these days, isn't it?
People just complain left, right, and center, including myself. I complain every once in a while, but it is. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, thanks for joining us, people, in the YouTube chat. Our Rock Hill recap show number 80. Holy shit.
We've done a lot of shows, hey?
I mean, we've had 16 radio shows. We're at 96. We're almost at 100 shows. 4 away from 100 shows.
What are we going to do for our 100th show?
We're going to rent out the MGM Grand in Vegas.
We're going to go big, huge.
We're going huge. Everyone come.
We're going to fly people into the show, but on your own dime, basically. You got to pay for it. But, you come in.
Just rent out the penthouse.
That'd be so cool. Gosh, it'd be epic.
But yeah, thanks to everyone joining the YouTube chat live. Thanks to our listeners. Thanks to ProGate Europe and MotoSheets.com. Winning starts the Great Gate. And get yourself a timing system made easy.
I like it, T. They both go hand in hand, and which I think is awesome, right? If you want to Great Gate, you go to ProGate Europe. If you want a timing scoring system, go to MotoSheets. They have it all. So thanks to them coming on board. Thanks to everybody listening. Thanks for a great weekend in Rock Hill, and don't forget,
snap on green, folks. Really important.
Snap on green.
See you next week.
Later.